Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is the power of etiquette and manners. We have an incredible panel of women who are backstage waiting to come out and share their story, their passion about why etiquette and manners are so important to them and how it's helping them evolve and grow in their careers. Let's bring them all out and then find out where they're joining us from in the world and what their passion is today. Welcome, ALLA Gross. Nice to have you with us.
Hello, everybody, and I'd like to greet everybody here today, say thank you to Dr. Jacalyn for having us all today, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm excited.
I'm excited to have you here as well. Let's welcome Greet Kool. Hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Greet all the way from Belgium. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm looking forward to having these conversations with you. Thank you.
Thank you. So are we. And let's welcome TEKELLA Foster. Hello.
Good morning. I say that because I'm in Louisville, Mississippi, the southeastern part of the United States, and I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. And let's welcome Lisa Burdett. Hello.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm so excited to be here with all my friends and share this knowledge about etiquette and protocol. And I'm also excited to learn how to become a better etiquette.
Yeah, this is a great community of people. We also have Loretta Thomas. Hello, Loretta. Nice to have you.
Hello. Good morning. It is morning here in the Bahamas. I'm in Nassau, the city of the Bahamas, the capital of the Bahamas. And I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time joining you, but it's an exciting time. And I'm just delighted to be in the company of all these brilliant and talented women. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we should just announce that Mr. Philip Sykes, the founder and principal of the British School of Excellence, will be joining us. Hopefully he was here and then he dropped off. So we look forward to having him back. So we have Loretta, who is a graduate, as I understand, from the Train the Trainer program. And our other wonderful panelists are taking the Train the Trainer program. So I celebrate each and every one of you. I have to tell you that the people who graduate from this program are absolutely at the top of their game. Incredible. Everyone who's come through the British School of Excellence onto our platform, I am just in complete awe and honor of and respect of, because the talent is tremendous. So what I'd love to have you do is we'll go around and give a little bit of information about yourself, and then let's have an interactive discussion as a panel. How does that sound? Fantastic. Okay, so let's start with ALLA. Tell us what it is that you're currently doing and how you feel that the Train the Trainer program is going to enhance what it is that you're looking to accomplish.
Okay, thanks for your question. And my inspiration for becoming an etiquette and manner coach has stemmed from the massive migration to America. And I'm originally from Ukraine, living in San Diego, California. And it is disturbing war-torn climate right now happening. And it's very heartbreaking to me and to see how many families have been forced to leave their lives behind and relocate to foreign countries. And they have to migrate to this intimidating set of culture, languages they never experienced, and modes of communication and manners and social niceties. And unfortunately, the world is not a quiet place. And as an immigrant who immigrated to United States 20 years ago, I have seen firsthand how difficult it could be for many newcomers to fully assimilate into the society of their adopted homeland. And having experienced it myself and struggles I went through, I know how important it would be to have somebody who will guide you and explain you all the rules of society, and from the basics to the how to go and have a job interview and express yourself appropriate to the culture.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Who would like to comment on what ALLA shared? Let's see. Lisa, you're unmuted. Would you like to comment?
I'm very touched by her inspiration to her people and her country, because I think this is bringing etiquette, a purpose to etiquette and protocol. And that's my goal in my business, is to fulfill needs in the community and society. And I think it's, it's just very inspirational to hear someone on the other side of the world who's inspired by the needs of her culture and the people that surround her.
Thank you so much. ALLA, would you like to comment back?
Yes, I would like to say that my goal is not only cover immigrants, but also young adults who experience the same challenges, because life is so busy right now and schools don't bring any kind of knowledge of etiquette, manners, and emotional intelligence. And children are also so busy preparing for exams that all the social engagement is lacking right now, especially after COVID.
Good point. Thank you. It is interesting that regardless of where we are in the world and what it is that we're doing, what we're passionate about, that if we were to learn certain things when we were children, we would have decades of years that we didn't have to undo bad behavior. So I teach people how to listen at an elevated level, and especially for children. Imagine if we learned etiquette and manners, listening skills, emotional intelligence when we were young, so we didn't have 10, 20, 30, 40 years of undoing and unlearning what we learned. So TEKELLA, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, there's so much. I will say, I first just want to say how diverse we all are. I've come to learn these ladies over the past 4 days about their passions, and I just think it takes a village, to help help someone, whether it's as a young adult, and this is being reinforced as adults. No one is perfect doing this. So I love the fact that we all have our target group of people who we want to help train, but we all need it. My mission is really to help educate and inspire others to bring more beauty into the world. And I think that's done gracefully using the tool of etiquette and manners. I'm not perfect, but I love the idea of bringing my experiences that I had to teens in my area. And I'm hoping that I can be a positive influence and just remind them.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And TEKELLA, under your banner, you have journalist and young adult etiquette consultant. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I do have a background in television. I am a journalist. I've worked for a lot of mainstream media organizations. And I think my communication skills that I've taken from that background is going to help me during this. It's not a change of career, but another career I'm pursuing. I've just learned a lot coming from my small state of Mississippi. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mississippi, but we have been known to be the bottom of the rankings when it comes to exposure and job opportunities and health. The list goes on. And I look at the students and the children who have so much potential, but they lack resources. And one of my goals is to help expose them and help them be prepared when they go out, like I did when I left Mississippi and moved to New York, and it was a culture shock. So that's really my passion for why I want to do this, really to expose them so they can be confident and be competitive when they leave mom and dad's nest.
That's truly beautiful. And I love Pretty in Pink, by the way. You look great.
Thank you.
Guess what? We have Loretta back and Mr. Philip Sykes. Hello, Philip. Come on up here. How are you?
Holy moly. Oh, happy Friday to everyone. And I've just been listening. I've been backstage. I managed to sort of create some technical wizardry here. As you can see, I've had to sort of jump through a few loops, but I'm here with you all, and I'm just loving what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you sound and look great, Philip. So thanks again for being here.
Wonderful.
So we're just going around having everyone introduce themselves and then give some feedback so we can build a community of camaraderie. And I think, Philip, it would be interesting if you could just address the fact that by going through this program, the Train the Trainer program, you are helping to foster lifelong connections and relationships among these women. Can you speak on that, please?
Most definitely. Firstly, Dr. Jacalyn, it doesn't even come out of my mouth. It comes out of your mouth, and I can only 150% agree with you. We have got a pool of incredible, predominantly women. A few men have walked through the door as well. But as I think I heard TEKELLA say, it takes a village and it takes an amazing community of women to really guide and steer, and this is what we are blessed with here in our organization. I'm blessed, we're blessed as a coaching organization, predominantly focusing on the power of etiquette and manners and emotional intelligence, and really how do we show up every single day being an amazing human being and having that "what can I do for you" attitude. And this incredible alumni group here, they're going to be joining the alumni group, are joining a huge platform of wonderful like-minded people. And I am just so excited to think about where we could take this into the future and what amazing partnerships and collaborations and what we can take forward into this world is just extraordinary.
Absolutely. I'd like to just go to Loretta, who has gone through the program already. Can you just give us a little bit of insights about how your life has changed since you have gone through Train the Trainer?
Yes. Well, it has been an incredible journey going through the Train the Trainer program. And I can tell you, as a businesswoman in several facets of business, I hope you can hear me, in several facets of business or businesses, it is an incredible, Train the Trainer has given me an incredible opportunity to impact the lives of others in a very positive manner. We all have a commonality here, and that is, or should be, emotional intelligence. And that is what connects each and every one of us, some in a more positive manner and some not so positive. But Train the Trainer has impacted my life in allowing me to approach my business and my employees in a more positive manner, which actually reflects in the service we also provide. It is so important that we are empathetic, and not everyone who walks through your door is having a great day. And going through this program has suddenly reminded me of that and gives me the opportunity to actually make someone's day and give that person a better or more positive outlook on life, or just to move on and move along in their day and give them a more positively impactful day. So I'm so excited to and grateful, having had the opportunity to go through this program And I'm so looking forward to establishing my own program and further positively impacting the lives of others.
Thank you so much, Loretta. Philip, anything you'd like to comment back to Loretta?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is someone who is so true to who she is and her brand and how she does so much for so many people. And it's just, we just need more people as there are in this studio in this world. And I know there are lots out there. I'm not saying there aren't, but for people to really realize the difference that this can make in your life, in every aspect of your life, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your friendships, whether it be anything to do with your career and your business world. The power of etiquette and manners, incorporating your emotional intelligence. And it's a lot deeper than just what I'm sharing with you. But this is just the sort of description that we come up with in order to be able to move forward in our lives. And this is just wonderful. I'm actually so excited at some stage to get across to visit everyone that's come through our program. And I know Dr. Jacalyn, you and I are looking in the future to create a 3 or 4 day weekend of learning and guidance and coaching where we bring some amazing coaches and people together so we can learn from one another and really grow as individuals and go out there and make a big difference and continue to make a big difference.
Thank you, Philip. We actually have a commercial for the retreat, which I'll play before the end of the show. So let's go over to Greet Cool and hear what your aspirations are and what you hope to take away from this Train the Trainer program.
Hi, thank you. So first of all, I must say, Philip, this week has been really mind-blowing for me. I've got the chance to meet all of you, fabulous women, and Flip. You made me really step out of my comfort zone each day, several times, even now today. I'm very nervous, but it's a good thing that we're doing this. It's part of the training. So I think after tomorrow, it's only a start to set up my business, and I know I can ask you some things and the other students. I think it's a great community. So first of all, thank you for all of these opportunities this week. Why I did this course with you is I have this saying. Good people go to heaven. Good people with etiquette, they can go everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm Griet. I'm coming from Belgium, Europe. I sense this week that all of us, you from America, me from Europe, we all have our different backgrounds, our different beliefs maybe, our different ways we do things. But at the end, we have the same purpose. We want other people to feel at ease, feel comfortable. And that's what we're trying to do with good manners. And it is actually my purpose to equip young professionals with confidence. And I want to do that through manners, etiquette, and presentation skills, the soft skills. So thank you, first of all, Philip, for the amazing week and the kickstart in my professional life as being an etiquette specialist. Thank you.
And I hold that up. Can you see that?
Let me spotlight you, Philip.
Can you see that?
Yes. The power of manners and etiquette will carry you everywhere you want to go.
So, Reach,
Exactly.
I love what you shared there. Good people go to heaven, but oh my gosh, there we go. There we go. We've got this. Isn't that just wonderful? And when I see you lovely ladies, I'm going to be gifting you each a very useful shopping bag or whatever you want to use this for. So I just love that. I just love that lovely analogy. And it's just such a joy to have someone of your caliber and someone who's really has, I know for a fact, taking yourself way out of your comfort zone. And that's life, everybody. If we don't push ourselves, we don't gain anything. If we push ourselves, there's so much we can gain out of life, and there's so much we can do for people. And I genuinely, wholeheartedly walk in that line every single day of my life.
Thank you so much, Philip. I do love that. So you're going to be giving that to each of the alumni, each of the ladies here when they graduate.
Absolutely.
Yes. Very, very exciting. Okay, so I think we lost someone, did we?
Have we? We've got Lisa. No, we have got ALLA. We've got Lisa. We've got TEKELLA's there. We've got Creets there. I think we're all there, I think.
Okay, good. Everybody just moved around a little bit. So I think an interesting topic is when you're learning something new, right? You're going through this train the trainer, and then at the same time, you're either starting a business, thinking about starting a business, or maybe growing an existing business. So you have to put on several hats. You have to be able to take that information that you're learning and incorporate it into what it is you're doing. Does anyone want to talk about what that experience has been like so far?
Yes, I would like to share that as I started teaching etiquette in Dallas, my idea was knives and forks and how to have proper manners and etiquette that I'd learned in a school before I sought out more training. And I created a questionnaire for parents to submit to me because I wanted to have personal contact with every individual client. And as I began this journey, everything was associated with behavior. So I began to substitute teach and go around and attend afternoon teas. And one of the things that I observed was that parents are not engaging with their children as I did, as my parents did. And so it has been a passion on my heart moving forward to give parents the tools that they need to practice these skills that we teach in our classes, and to emphasize the importance that manners can only be attained and retained if we practice when no one's looking, because it's what we do when no one's looking that aligns our souls to enable the power within us to make a difference in lives. Otherwise, it will be superficial.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Absolutely. Who would like to comment on that? TEKELLA, how about you?
I can't stress the importance of just connecting with people. I love what Lisa said about, basically it was about not being hypocritical, right? This week, I have to admit, I had to check myself, wonder, I'm so passionate about teaching to others, but am I practicing it even with my husband? I mean, if I'm not doing it at home, why on earth would I think this would be genuinely given from the heart to help a young person? Who am I? So I love that it's not about just teaching how to, set a table and speaking with the correct grammar. That is important. That is important because we also talked about the importance of first impressions, right?
Right.
But when you have these tools, again, going back to my target audience, which has been helping children who are in marginalized communities, or helping children who are in the state of Mississippi, especially. I mean, think of a lot of people who didn't have the resources, like Oprah. She's an easy target to think of, right? She was born about 20 miles from where I'm from. And it wasn't, she didn't have many resources, but she had the potential. And I think that's why I'm so passionate and hungry to just give the students here exposure to things, because it's not that they're not smart. I mean, again, we're ranked at the bottom of a lot of things. They just don't have the resources and opportunities. So I believe every student can be competitive. And again, it just takes a village. I don't mind helping that parent that may be busy. A lot of things need to be reinforced with students anyway. I didn't always listen to my mom and dad.
I love what you shared there, and bringing up Oprah. She is like my all-time huge inspiration. She's helped so many people. And to your point, she started out basically needing resources and needing help, needing assistance. And I really admire what you're all doing here today by leading with your heart and helping other people. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And it is just so inspiring because, again, there's opportunity wherever we look, and we just need tools. And it's not literally physical, as in material tools. It's giving people this incredible confidence that no one can take it away from them ever. You might think of whatever it might be, but think about when we can impart our experience and our love and our nurturing and show people the way, that just gives you the tools to soar like an eagle. And this is what this is about.
Absolutely. You know, Philip, my father used to say before he passed away, they can take away a lot of things from you. You can lose a lot of things, but they can't take your education.
Absolutely.
And that's really
Absolutely.
true.
Absolutely.
You know, something I'd love to touch on, have each person comment about, starting with you, Philip, is that we understand about emotional intelligence. We understand about kindness, about showing respect, but sometimes the pressure of our life is so intense and we lose it for a minute or two, or maybe an hour or a day, or sometimes even longer. How do we get control of our emotions so that we can live in a space of integrity and respect for other people more often than not?
That's a big question, Dr. Jacalyn. That's a huge question, but it's exactly what we do in the beginning of the train the trainer. And this is where, as an organization, it's not about a list of do's and don'ts. This is about you generating and working and developing good habits in our lives, and in turn, obviously working on our mindset and finding those tools that we need in life in order to be able to help us when we are tripped up. And that can happen at any one time. It could be a phone call and someone might be rude to you, or you feel let down, or you might have had a slight sort of tiff with your partner, or one of your children has upset you. It could be a plethora of things that sort of throw us curveballs, and it could be a business deal going south. It could be you're worried about your bank balance, or we have the ability, because trust me, I've been there, and I no doubt will go in and out of this going forward in my life. Heaven forbid, not as on a regular or too often sort of a basis, but I think we're tested every single day. Every single one of us are tested every single day. And it's how we choose to handle that. And it's something which you've heard me say on numerous occasions on the specific channel that we are so privileged to have access to and share with the community and people out there, is, why is this happening to me? And we all sort of look at ourselves and feel sorry for ourselves. We've got to ask ourselves sometimes, why is it happening for me? And then incorporate tools on how we can circumvent that, or how I need to shift my mindset just to get through this moment, or just to get through this sort of day. And bearing in mind as well, never be afraid to apologize, because we do make those mistakes, and we do say things that, boom, it splits out of our, and we think, oh, crumbs, I shouldn't have said that. But that's what, right there and then, we need to absolutely take on point. Hey, I was in the wrong there, and I totally apologize. Please, will you forgive me?
Thank you, Philip. A question I have for you is, when we make a mistake, for example, I see Loretta's back. Let's bring her on. How long do we go on about the apology? You know, have you ever had someone apologize and they just go on, and you're like, okay, accept the apology, please stop. Is there any etiquette matters about how to apologize?
It's the same as making a faux pas. I think apologize and move on. Don't keep rubbing it in. It's going to make it awkward for both parties. If necessary, if you've really made a boo-boo, then that's when I would encourage any man listening out there, if you've upset your wonderful females in your life, send them a card and send them wonderful flowers, and be very sincere in your message. But I think a verbal apology and move forward. I really do. You don't want to milk it. That's for sure. You just don't want to milk the apology. But I would absolutely verbally, and then if necessary, write a note of just reiterating that you are deeply sorry about what took place.
Wonderful. Thank you. Does anyone want to comment on an experience that they've had when maybe their etiquette and manners were pushed to the limits and they had to recover quickly?
Yes,
I think Alla's got one up her sleeve.
Yes, I would like to comment, because we all learn in school right now with Philip that protocol, manners, and etiquette are powerful tools for us to succeed in life. And they give us self-esteem and confidence and motivation and the ability to connect with people on all the different levels. But what resonates with me the most is that Philip repeatedly emphasized the importance of kindness. And whatever you try to accomplish, do it with your full passion and kind heart and show empathy and never, never judge. And that's the most important thing I took out of the whole week of training. Thank you, Philip.
What is it like to come together with people from various parts of the world and understand how they do things there, maybe what their belief system is or how they process things that might be different than the way that you're used to? Who would like to answer that?
It's really confronting, me being the only one from Europe, but it's so lovely to get to know each other and to hear what your approach is, what your vision is on etiquette, on manners. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, and it shows us how small the world is actually.
That's a great point. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes. Even though we come from different parts of the world and our cultures might be slightly different, there is that commonality, and that is emotional intelligence. And do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is
Amen.
it is great. It is the greater of mankind. That is the fabric, I believe, that's woven into each and every one of us, no matter what culture, what country, ethnicity. That is the commonality of mankind.
Thank you, Loretta. Appreciate it. And Tekella's back with us. We missed you. Hello.
You know, gotta love technology.
Yeah,
What did I miss?
We were talking about when we slip up with our etiquette and manners, when something goes wrong. And then Philip was sharing after I asked him about how long do we apologize? How often do we just go completely off the rails and go on and on and on and make it a bigger deal than what the initial faux pas might have been? And then Alla was sharing an instance of a situation that had happened to her. Is there anything you'd like to share, Tekella, about when you weren't 100% on your game with your etiquette and manners? And if so, what you did?
I mean, isn't it almost every day?
Yes.
I think having a television background, I've just learned the importance of apologizing. I mean, if I'm booking a guest for a show and we counsel with them a minute before airtime and it because of breaking news, you have to remember that, well, the golden rule, do unto others what you would have others do unto you. I would, first of all, just be honest. That it's hard for people to be honest, but I think it's how you deliver, and if it's up to them if they want to receive it or not. But I think in those moments, I remember the importance of my why. Why is this important? I go back to my mission of I want to bring more beauty into the world. So beauty is going to be a lot of humility. It's not going to be bashing anyone, embarrassing anyone, shaming anyone. It's hard to do. I say I eat a lot of humble pie. That's what I call it. But you get over it, and you hopefully will move with grace. And again, you're hoping that person will forgive you, and you try your best to get on their good side and follow up again. It's not enough to have this checklist. I ask for an apology and I'm done and done. No, you really want to reconcile those relationships as much as possible. So
I really appreciate that. Thanks for your transparency.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip, please.
Yeah, every single one of your wonderful forms of input have just been so on point. And I know we could do a day's show just talking about these topics and bringing this into reality and into giving people the tools to understand what this is all about. Because I think a lot of people out there think, oh, etiquette and manners is either for posh people, or what do we need etiquette and manners for? And as a lot of us understand, having good etiquette and good manners doesn't make you posh. It just makes you a phenomenal human being and gives you that confidence. And as we often use the terminology, it's like the traffic lights in society, so that we don't bang into each other. It gives us the ability to, find a way to move around certain obstacles or barriers, or handle a situation in a far better way, because we've learned how to sort of, let's say, don't allow your mood to potentially dictate your manners. And if it does dictate your manners, then be quick to apologize. Just exactly what TEKELLA was saying there, in the sense of, we do have to sometimes let people down, and it's not easy. But there is a way we can do that just by choice of words. What words are we choosing? Are we using laser focused wording when we connect and communicate with people? Are we really delivering the message properly? And this is something, Dr. Jacalyn, that I know you teach in a wonderful way when it comes to the power of listening and your listening mentorship, because it really is phenomenal when we do take time to really proactively listen to people with all our senses, not just sort of hearing a noise. And finding timing is everything as well. There's so much we can talk about on this journey.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Philip. Just a quick story that I'll share with you all, that during this show, I got a text message from one of my neighbors that my mother was walking along a highway, and they wanted to know if I knew that. And of course, I went into complete panic, because there's nothing I could do because I'm on the air. And the reason I bring it up is that we have to realize, what do we have control of and what do we not have control of? And so I think you take a deep breath and you say some prayers, please God, and then you do what you can and you move on. But we can let our emotions get the best of us. And I think, Philip, you talk about that 6-second pause. Sometimes I think it should be maybe a 3-hour pause. I'm not sure, but we have to take that pause. Sometimes even physically take a step back and say, okay, I've got this. Let me examine the situation. What are your thoughts?
I'd love one of the ladies to give us some input on that, please. Any one of you wonderful ladies.
How about Lisa?
Sure. I have a friend who, she's a mentor. She's an attorney. She's a mom. She's raising 3 children. We attended a Bible study together, and her name is Azira Kendall. So Azira and I would attend, a mom's Bible study every morning at Woodward Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. And I just, think the world of her. She's smart. She's given up her career to raise her children. And she was really, truly my mentor. So this is a lesson in humility and taking time not to just meditate. I'm a Christian. For me, it's prayer. It might be other things for many of you, but for me, it's meditation of prayer. So I was very busy being the mom of 6 and working in marketing for my husband. I rolled back the clock to 2005. Woodward Academy is approximately 30 miles from Buckhead. I was in a hurry. I had 3 sporting events. And Azira Kendall, I cannot emphasize, is probably one of the most important people in my life outside of my family, spiritually and mentally. And I was in line at a Starbucks coffee, and there were 4 cars in front of me. I was trying to get to a sports practice, pick up my children, and I decided that this one car, this BMW that I could not see, that I was there way too long at the window. What could they possibly be doing? So I decided to beep my horn. And when the car drove away, to my surprise, it was Azira's BMW. I called her immediately. Azira was at the window purchasing a gift card for me. That lesson in humility will stick in my mind forever, because you never know. We should not be quick to react. And that was just, there was no apology, no gift, nothing that I could do other than she was such a spirit-filled, merciful person that did not affect her, nor did it affect our relationship. She just encouraged me to say that you're wired differently than me. Some people need to blow the horn. And I just felt so humbled by her presence and the way that she reacted to my obnoxious behavior of blowing the horn. So I wanted to share that to let you know that I want to be like the Aziras in the world. So when I am offended, that I have truly in my soul that merciful heart to react to people so that they feel better about themselves than they did before, because we're all going to mess up, and I mess up daily. So that was my story.
Wow, Lisa, thank you so much for sharing that. That's powerful. I think that brings up another good point. How often do we literally beat ourselves up and for over and over? We can't let it go, right? We keep replaying it over and over. So how long did it take you, Lisa, to forgive yourself and find the grace to move on?
I think it took weeks, and I found myself trying to make up to Azira. And my son was in class with her son, and I would say, Charlie, be nice to John Kendall. And I just, what made it better was the next week's Bible study with Azira, engaging with Azira and feeling the self-confidence that she had truly forgiven me, or that was never anything to forgive with her. It was just that she knew that that's who I was, that I'm Tiger Mom. I'm extremely competitive, and you give me a job and it will be done. I will be there. I will do it, and I will do more. But the bad side is that I'm anxious. I want to get it done, and I don't have a lot of tolerance for lazy people. I don't have a lot of tolerance for people who procrastinate. And being the mother of 6 and, working in marketing, you give me a goal and I want to exceed that goal. I have to really take time to align my soul with, what am I doing? What am I saying? What is the message that I'm coming across? Because I have a lot of frustrations with moms. I just attended an afternoon tea where moms are having mimosas, and I wanted to just stand up in the room and say, everyone pay attention to your daughter. But I cannot do that. I have to pray and, oh, God, give me strength and the way to teach these moms lovingly that you need to be making eye contact with your daughter. One girl, she was like, had her feet, she propped her foot on the table. In my household, that would have been, no. I wouldn't have taken time to love you. It would have been action before words or kindness or understanding. And so, I find that it's very important for me to align up that sense of soul so that I can place myself in the role of others, as my friend Azira does and did for me, because that's what I took away from our friendship, was that she could remove herself from who she was into who I was, which had a great impact on my life.
Thank you, Lisa. It sounds like quite a journey, a lot of awakening and awareness that you have. She's really beautiful.
Amazing, really amazing. I mean, Dr. Jacalyn, I don't even need to say it. You've just exposed to 5 incredible powerhouse women here, right?
Absolutely. I feel very humbled. I feel like I'm eating humble pie, TEKELLA. So thank you for that.
It's just mind-blowing. It really and truly is. And this is the beautiful thing, how we can learn so much from one another. That's learning is one thing, but actually putting it into practice is so important.
Yes.
It is. And I think, as we've heard today, there will always be distractions. There will always be things tugging at our hearts, things that are getting in the way of our curiosity of how can we be a better person? How can we be a kinder, more gentle, more respectful person? And there will be people on our journey who will not be in support of what it is that we're doing or how we feel or what our actions are. And I just love for any of you, we have about another 15 minutes for the show. Philip, are you still good for 15 more?
If the ladies are happy to stay on, we would love it. I mean, ladies, you feeling comfortable?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So if anyone would like to share maybe any experience that you have had where people that you care about, people that maybe we're not in alignment with your journey, maybe we're questioning your journey, and how did you handle it? Loretta, I see you had your hand raised. Thank you.
I thoroughly agree with you, Lisa. First of all, I'd like to say that I have had similar experiences, Lisa. I think we all have, and it's a struggle for me every day. And sometimes, like I often say, sometimes I fall short of the glory of God, and I make these mistakes. But I say I'm a work in progress. I am a work in progress. I work with a group of young people and some more mature folks as well. But I'm telling you, being an employer in the age of technology, it's really challenging because you're fighting against your office or your business policy, along with social media and persons who are carrying the technology of a smartphone. And here you are explaining how your business operates, and you want to operate in the spirit of excellence. But young people, they're carrying a cell phone, and which is attached to their bodies. And so you're fighting for their attention while trying to explain the disruptive behavior that comes with the use of a cell phone in the workplace. And there are times when I just lose my temper and would perhaps just shout out. And afterwards, I recoil and I don't like the person that I became in those moments. So that's a daily struggle. However, it's something that I'm constantly working on. And there are times when I'm terribly embarrassed by my response or my reaction. But meanwhile, it's something I am working on daily and thinking of emotional intelligence and how we ought to manage our response or our behavior to adversity. I'm constantly working on that, and I have to keep it I have to be ever so mindful and keep it in the forefront of my brain. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity that Philip and the British School of Excellence has provided, because that is a compass that I really need in my life every day.
Loretta, thank you so much for sharing that. And also, Lisa, for your transparency. Loretta, I'm in a similar situation as you, but in a different way. And I feel like Philip and many of us are, when we're dealing with the public, one slip up, one mishap, and all of a sudden, there goes your reputation, there goes your business. And when you have a team of people you have working for you, working with you, you're trusting them as your brand ambassadors.
Yes.
So it's you have that line where you're giving them the responsibility and trust, and you're hoping and praying that they're going to respect it and keep it.
That's right. That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else want to comment on dealing with the public or entrusting your brand, your reputation to others? Great, please.
Yes, I want to comment on two things. What Loretta was saying. One is the youth. They're so attached to their cell phones. They are walking like this with their heads down, eyes down to the ground. And when I see those girls or boys, I just want to like this on their shoulders. Keep your head up, because when you take away the phone, it's all offline. It's real life, and you cannot build a fake image with all happy moments. It's real life. So how are you going to hold yourself, present yourself when you're in your career or in your social network in real life? And that's where I think that we as coaches can give them and learn them the soft skills. So I think that's a really big, how do I say it? It's going to be big in the next few years for our youth to grow up, and we can help them.
Absolutely a great point. Question I have is a follow-up. Greet, when you mentioned people heads down, I see this all the time when I go out for a walk. People are walking with their, they could trip and fall. They're not even watching what they're doing. And this has an impact on their posture. right? You look down enough, that's how your spine's going to go. What does it say about our posture and how we show up? Is there a certain amount of confidence that we are sharing with the world when we stand proud and tall, as opposed to hunched over and caved in? Loretta?
Yes, I would like to mention several months ago, I was in New York City, sitting in the front of a beautiful cafe, Sarafina, having lunch with my children. And there was a lady, I love to people watch. I love body language, fashion, everything. So I'm people watching, and there's this young lady walking along the sidewalk on her cell phone. Unbeknownst to her, there's a little elevation in the sidewalk, on the sidewalk. She did not see the elevation. She went flying through the air, landed on her face, bounced twice on her face. Her glasses were shattered, a large gash on the side of her face. It was horrible. But I turned to my children and I said, look at this. This is what happens when your cell phone becomes your life and you're not looking forward. You're not paying attention. Everything is directed on this little device in your hand. That lady, she was so stunned by the blow of hitting the pavement, she could not move for about 2 minutes. And everyone standing around were in disbelief. We wondered if she was still alive. She barely had a concussion because she was terribly disoriented, couldn't get up, and people standing around were afraid to touch her. We live in the age of everybody suing everyone. The owner and manager of the restaurant ran out. He didn't touch her. He just stood there. And I mean, it was such a horrifying sight to see. This woman, literally, her head bounced on the sidewalk, and all because she wasn't paying attention, on the cell phone, walking, not looking ahead. And I'm sure it was very painful. It was painful to watch and to see the blood pouring from the side of her eyes. Oh, it was a distressful situation, but it was an opportunity for others. I mean, a horrifying experience for her, but an opportunity for others to take a look at what happened. Why did it happen? Because of her being glued to her cell phone. So it's a horrible teaching, experience, but I'm sure that is something she will never do again. And I'm really happy that my children were actually there to see it. And hopefully they too will not engage or have their cell phone so glued to them that they cannot walk on the street or give attention to what they need to give attention to.
Wow, Loretta, thank you for sharing that. We hope that she's okay. And that is a learning opportunity. And I'm wondering, we're going to go to TEKELLA and then to ALLA. I'm wondering, are we so obsessed with our devices because we think we're missing something? Or is it a lack of self-esteem possibly, that instead of interacting with someone, even we're on technology right now, but we're actually having a conversation. We're actually providing education. But when we get so into the device by ourselves, is it because of a loneliness? Is it a fear? What is it? TEKELLA, what were you going to share?
Well, Loretta, I will tell you, I was one of those people who would walk and be on my cell phone while in New York. I lived in New York for 19 years before moving to Mississippi. But that's another story. Yes. And I forget what happened with me that changed my attitude about walking with my cell phone. I stopped it years ago, but I'm almost sure I tripped. And I said I would never do it again. So I will tell you, if that's what you saw, she'll probably never do it again, because the same was for me. I forget what was your other question. That was the comment I wanted to make with Loretta, but what was your other question?
My question was, are we obsessed with our devices because
Okay.
we're afraid of missing out? Is it a lack of confidence? Is it a curiosity? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of reasons. For me, New York has that vibe of you got to keep it going. I work in a news organization that was open 24 hours, and I want to kind of get ahead. I want to work, so I didn't. So that was my reason. I think for youths, they've had it, especially the younger generation. They've had it since they were 2 or 3. So that's what they're used to. I think we see the urgency of trying to educate them on the importance of having proper social skills because that's been their exposure. I was actually speaking to my husband, who's an introvert, and I've said the difference between you and them, because he's also a geek or web developer, he's on his technology. He's seen both worlds. He knows how to interact face to face with folks, but the people or the young folks who have only had technology, and especially during COVID, had this interaction of relying on technology more than what our generation did. They don't know how to communicate, and they don't really see the importance of it. I don't know if it's being taught at home or not. Regardless, I go back to this village. We all have to help, and that's one of my services. I'm happy to help any parent that wants to contact me.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. And you're right. We are all a community of people providing education and support. And Philip Sykes is back with us. Hello, Philip.
Hello. Back in full force.
Yeah. So we were just going around and sharing some stories that relate to really being present and maybe some learning opportunities when we haven't been paying attention or we've witnessed other people who are distracted.
Absolutely. I picked up some of the stories, and I just love what you all shared. And it's a fundamental tool that we need to incorporate into giving people the understanding that we need to find a balance. And I think that's really crucial, finding a balance. And that's in everything we do. I think one of the ways that we like to sort of share with youngsters about how much time, and we adults are also to blame, is how much time we're actually spending on technology and on our devices, and how much time are we losing. And as I've shared with this an amazing group and everyone else that I sort of come into contact with, time is our biggest gift along with health. And we need to respect that and understand that.
So true. We can't get time back, and we can't get our health back in many cases. So we have to be really on top of that. We are at the end of our show. It's been so much fun. Before we go, and I want everyone to be able to share their information about how they can bring value, how people can contact. I want to just share my screen because we have our book launch that Philip and Leanne are featured in. Our book is out today. I'll just share a little bit about it. It's from the series called The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. And I am the listening mentor, and I am in service to my great niece, Ella. So I call her Lady Ella. So our third book is out today, and all of the animal characters that you will see here on the cover represent real people who have taken the Power of Listening course. And Philip, which one are you?
I want one of the ladies to guess. Come on, they can all take it. I took a guess on what Lisa, because I had this privilege of these ladies entering into the Zoom room this morning, just beautifully presented. And then Lisa was coming in, and we all sort of took a hedged a bet on what Lisa was going to be wearing, what color. And I'd love any of the ladies to choose who do you think I am?
Somebody on.
Let's go with the fox for you, Philip.
No, I'm Gerald the giraffe.
Oh, that was the predictable one. I was trying to be different.
And Leanne is Mimi the cat, and that's actually a corgi That's Alcini. And then the star of this particular book is the Royal Swan, Caroline Heward. And then the Honey Badger is Justin Merigliani. So we have a lot of fun. Each book features animal characters that share something to help children learn how to listen at an elevated level. And in this particular case, in addition to that, the Corgi is late to the afternoon tea after he was given all the information, and his little pocket watch reminded him to be on time, and he still wasn't on time. So there's a message for children as well. So you can go over to Amazon and pick that book up, and we would just love it. So why don't we go around and have each of you share again how people can reach you and the services that you can provide. Let's start with Lisa.
Unmute. The Dallas School of Etiquette. You can reach me at lisa@etiquettedallas.com. My physical address is 4312 Edmondson Avenue, Dallas, Texas. I am a teacher. I specialize in preparing children to interview into private schools. That has been one of my specialties. I teach dining etiquette to youth and adults. And I've recently started a program where I go in and teach family etiquette, where the entire family engages into learning about etiquette and how to have a better and happier life. So please call me, and I welcome any questions from any of you, because as I stated yesterday, I have jumped into the ocean and I'm modifying and adapting daily to the needs of those around me. So please know that this is a village, and anything that I'm doing, I'm open and welcome to share, because I don't want anyone to make the mistakes that I've made. So if I can help any of you, please contact me.
Thank you, Lisa. And if you want to just put in the chat where people can follow you on social media, that would be great. And also, as we go around, Loretta, could you please go over to private chat and type your contact information? Let's go over to TEKELLA. How can people reach you, and what are the services you provide?
The services I provide are for teens and tweens. That's my focus group. I can be reached at TEKELLA, my first name, TEKELLA, at crownofbeautyforashes.com. And I can be in person if you're in the state of Mississippi, because that's where I am presently, or I can be available virtually. So that's a little bit about me. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And people can reach you on LinkedIn as well.
They can. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Okay, Loretta's still typing. Let's go over to ALLA. How can people get in touch with you, and what are the services that you provide?
Thank you, Jacalyn. I want people to remember that you are your brand, and it's very important how you project yourself to the society and what message are you sending. And my services are, I want all my clients to be ready for any possible situation that confronts them. It can be either manners and etiquette, or styling and fashion branding. And you can reach me at my email, allakesser@gmail.com, and I believe it's on your screen right now. And you can also find me on any social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Any just type in my name and you will find me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's go over to Greet. How can people reach you, and what's the value that you'll provide to them?
Hi, my email address will be set in the banner below. That's greet.cool. Yes, my last name is pronounced cool, at live.be. I work from Belgium, but I'm always prepared to travel. So I specialize in training young professionals in networking, learning how to pitch, making conversations, in etiquette, international business etiquette, in body language, and I want to make them very aware how they come across and how they can handle themselves in different situations, such as social difficult situations, as in business. So please send me an email and maybe I can do something for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And let's go over to Loretta. Okay, I think Loretta might be frozen, so we'll go over to Philip. Philip, for people who are interested in getting involved with the British School of Excellence, you've got some very exciting things coming up, I know, especially in June. Tell us about it.
Yes.
Whoop. Philip, you're on mute.
We've got the most wonderful experience coming up in June for anyone who would love to come and experience London. It'll be chaperoned by me and my team. We're going to be going to Royal Ascot on Ladies' Day. We're going to be taking the gorgeous, beautiful British Pullman train, which used to carry the royal family down through the beautiful Kent countryside. They call that the Garden of England, experiencing cuisine from that particular region and wines that are grown in the Kent and Sussex area, and champagne. Well, it's not called champagne, it's called English sparkling wine, but made in exactly the way it's same as champagne. A riverboat Thames cruise with dinner and dance. We're going to do a beautiful workshop with flower arranging, table decor, dining etiquette, going to the incredible Lock & Co hatters, which is the oldest hat makers in the world. It's still in a building that was 1700s, where you'll be able to meet the master hatter and have an incredible experience in Lock & Co, along then onto Floris, which is one of the oldest perfumeries, still family owned to this day. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. One of the Pied de Resistance will be English afternoon tea experience at the one and only Ritz Hotel in Mayfair, London. So that's happening in June. And I'd also like to announce that this is the first time I'm announcing it, but it's something I really would like to throw out to all our coaches and trainers out there, that if you ever want to engage with the British School of Excellence as a coach, as a trainer, if you want to run modules, if you want to come out and deliver some coaching and training, the ball is in your court. It's something I want to extend. It would be obviously remunerated. I'm not asking you to do anything complimentary. So that is something we've been talking as a team, that the quality and the caliber of alumni that have come through this organization is actually mind-boggling. And I just feel, and I say thank you every single day. So to this current cohort, I'm just embracing you with a virtual hug right now, and I do hope that our paths will cross in person in the very near future.
Oh my gosh, Philip, you had me at hello. We were talking about that June program. That sounds amazing. Thank you. Loretta, let's go over to you if you can unmute and then share with our audience how people can reach out to you and the value you bring.
Yes, I'm happy to say I will be joining Philip in June on this beautiful experience. And my husband and I are looking forward to this experience, Philip. So thank you so much for putting this all together. And so here I am. I'm in Nassau, Bahamas, and my company, Cafe Channing Noel, and we will debut the Duchess Afternoon Tea and Dining Salon in the next 4 weeks. I can be reached on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Our website is in the construction phase at this time, but I'm at Cafe Channing Noel at gmail.com, as well as Facebook, Cafe Channing Noel, and on Instagram, Cafe Channing Noel. And we are quite visible on Facebook and Instagram. And looking forward to providing a beautiful and graceful dining experience. That is what we do. That is what we're happy to share. And very soon, of course, the debut of our School of Excellence, our Etiquette and Dining, Business and Social Development. So we are excited about all that we have coming, that we will actually, one will be able to find on our new website coming soon.
Thank you so much, Loretta. Really appreciate that. All right, we're going to be closing out the show, and I just want to extend an invitation to each of you who are here in our panel to come back and join us on this or any of our other shows if we can help you support your work and share your journey with others. That's what we do here. We help people by bringing education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. So thank you for your time. I truly do appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. And before we close out, I just have a few announcements. So in case you're not aware, this Sunday, as in 2 days from now, I'm turning 60. Yes. And I am throwing myself my own birthday party online. You are all invited to drop by and say hello. It's on Sunday from 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which I believe will then be British Summer Time. So that would be 8 o'clock your time there. And then you can figure out the other time zones across the world. So here it is. It's a happy birthday celebration and a book launch party. This is the book I was just describing. All of our books are available on Amazon. Here are the first 3 children's books that I mentioned. These are the first 2 are out. The third one is available in paperback. The ebook's coming out on Sunday. The 4th one's coming out in June. All 4 of these books have earned the Amazon #1 new release. If you'd like to be in any of our children's books coming forward, it's so easy. What do you have to do, you ask? You have to take our course, The Power of Elevated Listening. And this is the course. It's $39. Once you take it, you will be an official team member of USA Global TV and Radio as an elevated listener. There's the link, drjacalyn.thinkific.com. I invite everyone to join us because once you learn to listen at an elevated level, I have found you'll have better relationships, deeper connections, and more authentic conversations. So thank you again for being here. We're going to close out with our clip about the retreat. If you're interested in joining us, the information about how to contact us is here. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Remember, be kind, and people are always watching. So do your best to show respect to other people. Bye for now.
Imagine yourself at our very first retreat. Live, learn, teach, and inspire alongside your hosts, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck and Philip SYKES. In partnership with USA Global TV and Radio and the British School of Excellence. Coming soon in 2023. Email us at info@usaglobaltv.com for more information.
I just can't take it anymore. I am so tired. I am so frustrated and burnt out. Why won't anyone listen to what I have to say? Yet I look on social media and everybody's smiling and having a great time. Meanwhile, I feel totally alone with my world rushing by. Guess what? Great news. You have a choice. You can change the dynamic by learning how to listen at an elevated level yourself through the Power of Listening educational courses. Can you imagine from where you are today to having a life overflowing with abundance? It's possible. Learn how to listen at an elevated level. You'll have deeper connections, better relationships, and more authentic conversations. Start today. Go to usaglobaltv.com, education, and learn how to listen. We have courses and children's books. Let's work together to learn how to listen.